Greetings, body jugglers. Satek Ananda here from the Body Juggling Zendo in Dallas, Texas. Back with Yvonne McCarthy. She's come back for her seventh hour of Dragonfly.
Magic seven.
Did 6 of Sculpt and Burn first, 7th hour Dragonfly. We are deep into styling. I think we've got through the whole thing with 1 pass so far. And we'll begin refining deeper today. I want to see it a couple times all the way through, just like always. I know that you have your bar at home, you're practicing at home. What did you say are still your problem areas?
Rockabye.
Rockabye, splitting the legs, coming out.
A lot of head trip in that.
Right.
And everything else is getting better all the time.
Good, good. And that's all we train for. It's not about, there's no end result to anything that you train. There's no, you're finished, you're done. Everything is a constant growth into deeper levels of balance, deeper levels of power, deeper levels of flow. So we're going to start, we're going to go through a couple times, and then we will probably start with our second pass of styling. Still going to be relatively rough, won't be working with like hand positions, fingers, and stuff like that. Then as we get into those finer details, then you'll begin to start to work on it backwards, which everyone's always intimidated by that, but you've already done almost all of it backwards anyway because of how we do the reps.
Right.
So reversing something like your rollover, coming
out
of the pigeon, you've already done that.
I know.
You've already gone backwards, you know.
Just intimidating.
Right. What you don't have to do is style it backwards. So you don't have to get it perfect backwards. It's learning to do that flow all the way through backwards, because then your forwards is much easier.
Okay.
You know, being able to go ambidextrous with any movement is the key to mastery. Any thoughts or questions before we jump in?
No, I don't think so.
Let's do it. Is there anything you would like to share about your first pass at telling your story? You sent me the MP3 and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Anything that you learned in that process?
Yeah. I mean, just writing the words, especially I think the line about that that I had always sought everyone else's approval except my own.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And I knew that, and I knew that was a problem, but I'm working through that. So, gotta acknowledge it to fix it. So. Right. Right. I've acknowledged a lot of stuff.
It's never easy figuring out how to tell your story, but it's one of the most healing things you can do, because it gives you a clear perception of what your perception of yourself is, right? And what you're going to learn really quick is that you can tell your story in 100 different ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you can literally tell 20 different stories about yourself, and they would all have different information in them.
Yep.
And they're all a version or an aspect.
Plus, I've been here a long time, so there's lots of story.
Right. That too. So the question is, how do you drill down and find the most important, most memorable, most emotive elements of your journey? And everyone has those, because every journey is like a screenplay, like a 3-act play. You got your exposition, and then it's going to build up here, and then there's going to be a big like trial or tribulation, and that's the climax, and they're going to come down into whatever. Every part of your life, like I started playing soccer when I was 5 years old, 6 years old, and I played up until I was about 17 or 18. Just that period in my life, I could tell, here's how I started with soccer, and then here's where it built the state championship, and then here's where it fizzled out in college, right? Like you can find art with any aspect of your life, so the key is finding the strongest elements that open your story in a way that's memorable, make it relevant. Like what about your story is the most relevant to like all people?
Right.
Then that opening, that exposition is going to lead you in a certain narrative direction. It's going to build up to where's that high point? What's that big challenge? What was the big monster that you faced? What was the whatever? And then off. So obviously with you, it's very easy to look at the weight thing, but I don't want you to focus on that because you've been telling that story for how long has it been? 15 years?
13.
13. You've been telling that story for 13
well,
years.
Well, getting it off for 13 years, but having it on for over 30.
Right.
So
right.
it's always been a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always been a thing. And telling that story is an important part of who you are and what you do, you know, like professionally and whatever. And that's good and well, but that's not the story that I want about you for body juggling, because there's a whole slew of archetypes and stories connected to your life that have nothing to do with that weight.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn a whole lot from exploring those that you haven't learned because you've been focused on that one.
It seems like everything was attached to it, but I know that in reality that was just really in my head.
Right. Well, we're going to start to learn to see yourself in a more multidimensional light, and then learn how that affects your communication and your connections with people. I'm not saying that you need to let go of the weight angle. It's a huge part of who you are.
Yeah.
But for this thing, I want to dig up something different, something more deep, more hidden.
Okay.
And the self-acceptance, you know, stuff that you're talking about that's very likely where that gold lies, you know. And lots of people deal with that. Skinny people, big people, tall people, short people, like everybody deals with self-acceptance. And
understanding that when people are cruel or mean, that it's not about me. That's I know that in my head now. It's just getting it in my heart.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Before I didn't even know it in my head. You know?
And it's when you can see things that clearly, it's very easy to shift those kinds of experiences with cognitive therapy techniques and NLP, because that's a physiological reaction to the meaning.
Right.
And once you know the meaning and you can locate the reaction, we can sever that association easily in many ways. The challenge is digging down and really feeling the meanings you've created, because just because you know that you feel sadness, you don't necessarily know the meaning that you create that makes you feel the sadness.
Right.
But the emotion is always the result of a thought process. It's always the result of meaning that you've given something, and the physical feeling is the body interpreting that meaning.
Yep.
It's the interpretation of that meaning. Once you allow that feeling to move and shift and clear, the meaning then has nothing to cling to.
Right.
And the meaning falls away. Then you can create whatever meaning you want to for it.
Right.
And a previously bad experience that would make you feel fear will literally make you giggle or feel like, you know, energy tingles, or like you can program it to do whatever feeling you want.
I'm big time ready for that.
Awesome.
Because I'm overly sensitive. And so
right. All right. Well, let's hop to it, and we'll clean out your emotional closets very soon.
Big closet.
You know, we call body juggling emotional fitness for a reason. All right. So let's see Dragonfly from the top at least twice.
Okay.
And the first one, no judgment whatsoever. It's a warm-up. Just let yourself stretch anything you need to stretch before you hop into it, too. Let yourself open.
You mean to try not to be critical of myself?
Yeah.
Oh. That's another part.
Open your arms there.
There's a previous one.
Oh, got you. Yeah, that's a good reason to bend your arms there.
That's the only reason I didn't straighten my arms.
Very, very nice. Do it again.
Okay. This time I'll do it, and if it moves, it moves.
No, you should try to keep it from moving.
Okay.
But remember that what's going to determine that is how close
I know.
it stays with the Dragonfly. Stay even.
That's good.
Get that foot as close as you can. Yeah. Good. Nice. It's looking very, very good. Okay, so what we're going to start with now, I want to see your plank twist to both sides. I want you to go back and forth. And what I want you to focus on is floating like you're underwater. So I want to see no bouncing up or down.
No, like that, right? We're bouncing in the...
And don't cheat with your leg up here. If you're off, find balance, make it work. Because that cheating can become a crutch that will be hard to get rid of later.
Yeah.
Did you feel that bounce when you came down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do side kick. No, come back up, come back up. Do side kick to that side again. Okay, there's less bounce that time. Come back up. Again, side kick and bounce. Back up. So we call that an ease in. We come in real soft to every stop. Come in soft, side kick. Now plank twist. Come into that stop softly too. Come back to your kick softly, and then up. Yep, do the same thing on the other side. Nice. Fix your ball, and back to the other side. Go back and forth 5 times. Float it, go backwards. Good.
Oops.
Alright, going to split switch back and forth.
Okay.
Focus.
We'll work on that.
Focus on the hands, switching softly, which means your core has to be over the center of the ball. Hold it upside down. Better. Focus on the feeling of fluidity. Almost flow. Nice. Back to the other side. Good. Reposition your ball, and now you're going to do plank with both sides, split switch.
Okay.
Positioning was a little bit off on your ball, coming under. Everything else looked good. Again, from the top, focusing on the flow.
Okay.
So, your flow is better on your split switch when you're just doing the wrap than it is
When I put it all together.
Yeah, when you put it together. So I want you to do it together again and try to pay attention to why.
Okay.
Most likely where your ball is positioned once you're coming back up. The same way your ball positioning is screwing up the right side plank twist. It's probably coming out of your right side plank twist. Your ball position is funky. Or you're really not letting your core go as far that way as it should.
Okay.
I didn't so much see you flip it upside down, which is what happens when your core doesn't go front. It seems to be more of
Get your
pushing in a different,
yeah.
in a different place. That was better. Better, better. I like that you're just jumping into your reps on your own. Another one? Another time? Should I do it one more time? Yes, yes. Driving you crazy. People always.
Yeah. It was like when you were counting on the leg list, and I could tell that 10 wasn't the last one. Because your voice was, the inflection was not
right.
That's not the end. I gotta go at least 5 more. And maybe 10 more.
Inflection is like body language. It carries far more meaning than people understand.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much lost in the written text. That's why I'm one of those ... people in text, because I have to do that.
I was going to do that too. So I'm seeing a little bit of bounces on your plank twists. Try to make that smoother, softer. Like, try to figure out how you're supposed to style someone and make them smoother. It would be really difficult in the mind to figure out how to describe it. When you just eliminate the bounces, you're like 90% there.
And we're not bouncing as much, you know?
You're bouncing less, yes. You learn to feel when you come into a position. It's like one gate, you learn to feel that. And when you avoid that feeling, you're automatically being soft and fluid. Yes, that was less bouncing. Nice. One more. Good. Now stay underneath there. Alright, so I'm only going to give you 10 of these because I don't want to tire you out. You're going to go down to Superman, pull up, back to Superman, rock-a-bye. You're going to do all that together. If you want to take rock-a-bye all the way into inverted folded hands, you don't need to. I want that connection, all those together 10 times.
Okay, so leave scorpion out right now.
No, do scorpion.
That's the one I do know the name of.
Good. That's one. Back up to sitting, then back to the knees. Now the key here is to let it get better instead of worse.
Yeah.
That's what we call progress.
Yeah.
2. Four. So you're doing a hitch thing with your shoulders before you go to pull out a Superman. You're like that. And it should come from right there.
Yep.
Do you feel what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, because it's sort of I don't feel like I have the upper arm strength to hold myself up there, so I've kind of been.
I totally think you do.
Okay. I'm gonna believe it.
So you don't do, and it starts with your hands. Your hands like regrip, and your arms weaken, and then they try to fire. Yeah. You don't do that when you do your scorpion pull-up. You come right down, and you come smoothly. Same thing. Better. That's right.
At least I felt like
I think that's part of the problem you're dealing with, though, is that you're focusing so much on what your low body's going to do, you're not maximizing what your upper body can do.
Yeah.
It should start from here, and you should come all the way up to your chest, where your lower body does anything. All the way up to here. Then the legs split. This is 6.
I know it's crooked. Yeah. Was my timing better?
You still did the thing with your hands.
Okay. I've got a feeling that's something I'm just going to have to go over.
Last time. Okay. So I want to go back to this.
Okay.
I want you to do that a bunch of times. Notice that you don't go wobbly going backwards, so there's no reason to go wobbly forwards, back. So you're not squeezing your knees in there, not the balls of moving back with you. Okay. Better. Bend your knees a little bit, but it was the correct movement. Also notice that you don't bend your knees when you go backwards. Good. Yes, that was it. Do a bunch more. You're squeezing, no, I didn't even notice the butt. You're squeezing more when you're going forward than you are coming backwards. So the ball isn't coming backwards with you as much as it should.
Okay. Squeeze more when I go backwards. Okay.
Go backwards. You can fall back a little bit more. That was it.
Yay!
Don't judge it.
Okay.
Do the reps.
Do the reps.
Do or judge. Okay, a couple more, then we're going to go from the top.
Okay. So now to work on it.
Yep.
Because I love to get rid of the pulling up thing, because now I've gotten in that habit.
Right.
And
Go from the top and then just try to make it as smooth as you can.
okay.
You definitely improved it in the rep.
Yeah.
And so if you lose that in the flow of it, then you're just going to have to practice that rep at home. Slowly, slowly, slowly.
Keep going.
No.
No.
Back to the top.
Okay.
Not bad. It's a little bit clunky, but technically it all worked.
Clumsy butt.
What'd you say?
Clumsy butt.
Right. Start.
Yeah.
Bad.
Sorry.
So not bad.
Not bad.
On the top. So I just can't figure out why.
Yeah.
So your hands have to do this re-grip thing.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay.
I don't know any secrets
Don't do it.
to help you. It's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you don't do it when you go down for
Right.
scorpion.
But I do it
Come
right
back,
now.
so I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Don't regret. Don't regret.
And then here, just focus on not bouncing.
Like he said, he went to the doctor and said it hurts when I do that. He says, don't do that.
Problem solved.
That's right.
You feel that bounce on your bounce there?
I sure
Start over again.
Okay. Don't bounce.
Louder. Nice. Little bounce. Dogs with your grip.
At least not switching the grip.
You did not. You did not. And as a result, your body did a whole weird thing.
Yeah.
That was like it's adjusted attempt to create a jerky, forceful thing from it. I can't really explain what it was, but you did not let go. So
Yes.
that's good. That's a good
That's
step.
a good start.
That's a good step.
Okay. Yeah.
Not bad. Better accept that on your knees.
Okay.
One more through to there, and then go ahead and do your roll out. Continue.
Okay.
15 more minutes.
Okay.
Time flies.
Huh?
Time flies.
Yeah.
15 more minutes in the first hour.
Right. Of course.
Not like that. So there is there's a belief in your shoulders that you don't have the strength to do
That.
this. And the way we're going to find that is you're going to do this.
That's what I thought.
Right? Because what you're doing is you're doing this.
Ah, okay.
You're bringing your chest in and then trying to do this
Okay.
instead of just doing that.
Yep. You nailed it.
So you're going to start on your knees. You're going to go down naturally. Notice what your arms and shoulders do as you go down. And then you're going to reverse half. That's half. Yeah, and then that's it. And don't go that. Don't go so high that it's killing you. Up and down. Okay. Yep. That's what we're going to use to train your body.
Okay.
Now don't see, no. Don't lock your elbows. Come back up. Come back up.
Oh, you'll be off. Okay.
I want you to watch what your arms do when you go down. Your arms don't lock. You're not doing this.
Okay.
You come down, but you're not doing
That.
this either. You're doing right in the middle.
Okay.
It's elbows are bent, but it's very much your shoulders allowing you to press down. So for this up, just like that, you do it like that. It's way more on your shoulders than you're going to need to do this probably. Watch what your arms do. Yeah, good. Stop. Good. Good. Now do that rock bottom.
That's what it is.
Okay.
That's the new place I'm sore to is right
Tricep.
from trying to pull up, I think. Of course, doing that right then, that'll do it to me too. But this right here.
You're right by using that same kind of look. As high as you're coming in is all you need to do your front body. Better.
I got my knees.
Better. Yeah. Alright, so starting right there on your butt, you're going to go in the vertical roll out, and you're going to go all the way to your vert kick.
Okay.
I usually go closer for vertical, but let your body will tell you where it wants to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep going to the vert.
That's about the fourth or fifth sorry thing every time I almost told you don't say sorry.
And then I'll say, I'm sorry for saying I'm sorry.
You have to start on the side, sitting.
Okay. For some reason, I'm having a hard time getting
Right.
sticking.
Notice that. Not bad. Close feeling pretty good? So the close feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
Nice. You're getting floppy and bouncy.
Floppy and bouncy.
Floppy and bouncy several places.
Yeah.
Better. Foot's more down.
Yep. Okay, we tried it.
And
The
start
one-
just in the middle, right here, back to the bar. You go down to your side kick because you're flopping and you're coming down there. And that needs to be, the secret to that is dropping your shoulder down low. Not coming down diagonal. Drop your shoulder down low and let your body roll out on the ball. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You're doing it. You're doing it. Just erase that last part. I really think what I'm going to have to do until I get better is, of course, I wash my pants every time anyway, but different pants slide differently on the ball.
Right.
And these are not as slidey, but they feel better. And I figured out going down to the pigeon, if I let the ball pull it, get the stick in, and just then I did that. And it was easier to get my leg. I just couldn't physically move it.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to have to just get out of there and just wear the same exact kind of pants. The ball will be different a little bit.
Can you feel that your rollout is getting less controlled?
Yep.
See if you can bring that back in. If not, go back to your feet.
Okay.
You're still having trouble knowing where that bar is here.
Yeah.
It's always like before.
At least today, I mean, I haven't kicked for a while.
Good, soft feet there. Good flow across the center. You need to stop softer in your bird kick. If you don't, that gives you a balance.
Okay.
So come onto that bird kick, ease that.
Softer getting up to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, go from the top a couple times and then pick right.
From the top.
Top. Oh. Good job with the shoulders.
At least the shoulders did better.
Shoulders did better than also on the legs.
Oh, wow.
What?
I just got stuck. Oh, this was going? Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Stop, one more time.
Okay. It's funny, like, my brain went, okay, oh, I'm supposed to be going, keep going. I didn't first. I love the information.
Right. No, we're just going right there.
Okay.
As tight as you can when you know you're too far that way.
Yeah.
Very close. Good. Bring it in. Stretch it. Water it. Water it. Stretch it.
Water it.
Smack it up. Flip it. Rub it down. Oh no. All right, good work, hon.
Thanks.
We got almost halfway through with our second pass of styling. It's feeling good. We're like I said, very, very complex if you try to think about how you style and make all of these movements smooth. But if you just focus on not bouncing, you're like 90% of the way there.
Okay.
So you focus on avoiding the bounce, avoiding the flop, and things just get softer and smoother. And once you can come down to there instead of there, you've already got that smoothness.
Right.
You know? And I try to come up with simple kinesthetic cues like that for every single thing you try to correct. Find something
the water
simple
helped.
and
That helped.
Good.
Thinking about water. So.
Good. Nice.
I like being in water.
All right, so we're going to give Honey Girl a break, let her lay down on the tiles because we know how much she likes to do that. And then we'll be back in just a few minutes for number 8. Please.